Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in for another one of my videos. This one is looking at some interesting multicoloured vinyl records, three titles, and this is going back to not the 70s but in fact the 60s. So I was too young to appreciate any kind of proper music during the decade itself, but when you look retrospectively back at some of these things, there's some fantastic music to be had. So my awareness was really the Beatles. I think the Stones was played in our house, but mostly it was classical music. So, but yeah, my dad used to play Sergeant Pepper ad infinitum. But yeah, so these three LPs I recently got, and they're all interesting in different ways for me. First one is Tomorrow. They only made one album, I believe. Obviously Steve Howe of Yes was a member, and they had the hit My White Bicycle, which I used to have on a 7-inch single when I used to collect all my Yes stuff. But this came out in '68. I think they formed in about '66, '67. And yeah, it's I suppose looked on now as a bit of a classic. But this was actually a Record Store Day release back in, I think, 2015. I was going to guess at 2018, but no, so it's nearly 10 years ago when this came out. And although I was collecting Yes stuff and multicoloured vinyl stuff at the time, for some reason I didn't really bother with it. Anyway, this I picked it up, as I say, the other day, and I was quite surprised actually that it's such an interesting vinyl. So it's kind of multicolour splatter on a white base. It's sort of pinky red with blacks and greys. Quite an interesting splatter. So, you know, big concentration of colours. And that to me, I'm sure I've seen black and white splatter versions of this, but I haven't seen one like this, so whether that was my oversight or not, I don't know. But that was one for my multicoloured vinyl section. Apart from being some quite interesting music on it, Revolution was quite an unusual track, psychedelic certainly, and obviously the Steve Howe Yes connection definitely there. So yeah, so that was that one. So we're staying in the 60s. So this is the Deviants. Now, I think this was their debut album, came out in '67, and this is a repressing by under the Cleopatra label. They do some really nice multicoloured vinyl stuff, and this is interesting to me, not only because the music's really fascinating. I think John Peel was one of their biggest fans. And he used to play their stuff, but it's a mixture really of kind of garagey rock and psychedelia, the sort of talking and interplay, but very kind of energetic stuff. Really interesting. But this is interesting It was a limited edition. I think this came out in about 2018, I might be wrong, but they only made 500. Mine's number 152, so you get like a sticker up there, and the sleeve folds out into a huge poster. So don't know whether we'll be able to show you this, but basically sleeve comes this colossal poster, and that's the back of it. So there's lots of blurb and writing, and a great, fantastic poster. Osiris is an epic forthcoming, a marvel of the universe, an illustrated saga of God-Woman. The free city of Dexpa, in which rule the enlightened ones of the universe. They have been studying for thousands of years, of Earth years, the millions of solar systems. Today is the meeting of the Greater Council, in which the friends shall be present to discuss the various problems confronting the controllers of the universe. And it says at the top in big letters, Apsaras of Dexpa. Apsaras. So, yeah, really interesting sleeve, but of course it's the vinyl that we're interested in. So it's a really nice, attractive swirl, deep with vivid bright blue, purples, and then light blue and various shades all mixing in nicely. So that is, to me, extremely pretty record. So it's certainly psychedelic, and so when I saw that, that was must have in a way. So that's that. Deviants. And then third and final this time is Mothers of Invention. We're only in it for the money. So this again was 68, I believe, 68 original, and this is on the Zappa Records label, and it's basically the original mono mix pressed up as a picture disc, and there's new artwork, apparently not available in the US, UK and Europe only. Mastered by Bernie Grunman in 2018. So you have this kind of parody of Sgt. Pepper's Sleeve, all the lyrics there. Fantastic in a sleeve, and as I say, it's a picture disc. Only in it for the money on the one side, so parodying the style of the drum skin on the Sgt. Pepper, and then there's the band there. So, I mean, obviously, fantastic album, and that was a nice one to stumble across. There is an insert, which again is just giving you some cutouts, like the Pepper album, but again, not expensive. Pleased to find those. So thanks for watching. There's some more to come, and see you next time.